Post game with Jim Booz after UMD wins again in 3 sets, this time against Wayne State. Jim, that first set is about as clean as you can get, 667 attack, and you guys really kind of controlled the pace and kind of set forth the math. What do you think about that first set?
Super pleased with how we played. We came in knowing they're a really good serving team, and if they knock you out of system, their block is extremely big, and they have great defenders behind it. So we knew if we could stay in system and try to press them a little bit with some tempo, we might be able to get some seams to allow us to take some heavy swings. And really, Emily did a great job of distributing the ball, and our hitters really followed the game plan well. And obviously 19 kills in a set is always going to be a good thing for you. I felt like after that, we kind of kept rolling. It carried into our defense, and until we had a little hiccup there in the third, I thought Wayne State, didn't roll over. They came back, started formulating a big block. We were a little out of system, so you give credit to them for how they bounced back in that third. But then from 16-12 to really turn the corner after that timeout, super proud of how they responded.
And you talk about Wayne State, especially yesterday with our post-game comments. You said that they're gonna stick there and they're not gonna commit many errors, and you guys had to make them force errors, and obviously they did that. 21 attackers, they hit 0-4-9. What did you guys do to have them commit errors and force mistakes upon themselves?
We continue to serve a lot better than we have in previous years. I think we're pressuring some teams at times with some serving. And then a lot of it, they just followed a lot of the stuff we talked about in terms of what we wanted to try to take away and force them to have to do. And, obviously it's always tough on the road in the NSIC. So, you're talking about a team that's 8 hours from home. It's always tough to play. So, you just don't want to give away a lot of points. You want to force them to make plays. And usually the longer a point goes and the more you force a team to make plays, eventually you might catch a break. And, we got a few of those tonight again. And I felt like we were also very terminal from an offensive standpoint. So a combination of those two can really help you win matches.
And then touching on third set, you already talked about the kind of the big comeback. You guys rolled off several points. Right after the Wayne State timeout, they went out and you guys had a double block, and you went down your sideline and kind of gave a little point with your header to your ear. Yeah. What was that to your bench? What was that?
We had literally just talked about what we anticipated happening and what I needed the block to do. And Kate Berg listened exactly to what we had told her, jumped to the right point, took away what we wanted her to take away, and ended up getting a double block on number 7, their big middle, who gave us trouble all night long. She's a heck of a player. So just telling that bench, because I have a lot of young players, we got a young group on our sideline. Hey, that's listening and putting the words that we're talking about in the timeout to use. We're not just taking the timeout to sit and recompose. There's some strategy that we're trying to figure out as well, and they took that and put it right to practice.
And that seemed to just collapse all the air out of Wayne State and took anything out of them from trying to get a fourth set out of it.
Yeah, I thought Sid Lanu did a great job of rattling off some tough serves. The dig she made that she pushed into the deep corner is something she's done in our practice environment. That's a really savvy, cagey play. First time she did it, she was really nervous about it because you never know how a coach is going to respond. And I told her, hey, you're heady enough, you've got a high enough volleyball IQ that if you can do it at the right time and create a good enough opportunity to get the kill, go for it. So fun to see her do that. The girls were really excited.
Just another attack option for you, huh?
Yeah, we're going to go over in 1 now.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the sweep.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ready?
Yeah.
With sophomore outside hitter Kate Berg. Kate, you had a big game today. Led all players with 15 kills on 27 attacks at 444. At one point, you were 12 for 14, no errors during that time. What worked for you so well in those first couple sets?
I think I owe it all to my passing and my setter, Emily. I think we did a really good job of being in system, especially through serve receive, and our defense was awesome. And I think that helped create seams for me to hit. And we know that those were going to be open going into the match, but I think it was good.
And what led to the success today? Obviously, getting 6 straight sets victories at Romano's a nice thing to have, especially in the tough NSIC. What led to the victory today for you guys?
I think this week in practice we were really focusing ourselves and finding out ways to terminate. And I think tonight we terminated the ball, and I think last night was good termination too. And I think we're just going in the right direction as a team.
And then I kind of teased Jim about this, but in the third set, you guys were trailing, got off a big run, and Jim said something in the timeout, and then something executed quite well, and then he went down the sidelines and kind of gave listen, guys, what did he say in the huddle? Because he highlighted you about it. Do you know what you did?
Well, we knew that the in was coming in from the middle in the front row, and I knew I needed help on it, and he had been railing me all night to help on it, and so I did, and it worked out.
And it worked to perfection because you guys stuffed it, and
Yep.
all of a sudden you guys were off and running that last set. Wayne State has a pretty good block, top team in the conference. What does that guy say to you about the way you guys are able to attack different angles and break down their defense?
I think our key is tempo, and we knew that going in, so that created a lot of seams for me and for our middles running to C. So I think that was super helpful, and towards the end, they were just in our faces. They were huge. Sometimes you just can't go around them.
Well, thanks, Kate, and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.